Hey, have you ever thought about something strange? Something that was never told in our favorite cartoon? You all know Marsha and the bear, right? But there's a hidden story. A story they don't want you to know. Marsha is a little girl who lives in the forest with the bear. They always play, laugh, and do fun things together. But have you ever wondered why there are no other humans in that forest? Why is Marsha alone? Some believe that the forest was once inhabited by people, but they disappeared, not because they moved away, but because of something far more terrifying. One day, Marsha wandered deep into the forest. She found an old abandoned cabin. The air smelled rotten, a sickening stench of decayed flesh. But the strangest thing was the rattling noise coming from the corner of the room. Marsha stepped closer, and then, bang! A rotting figure lunged at her, its empty black eyes, mouth dripping with blood. Marsha screamed. She ran as fast as she could, but it was too late. The zombie's claw scraped her arm. It looked like just a small wound, but that was only the beginning. After that incident, Marsha started to change. Her eyes became dull, her body weak, and her skin turned pale. The bear tried to cheer her up, but Marsha grew stranger. She lost her appetite, except for something red, something that smelled like meat.
Yes, she started craving blood.
The bear grew suspicious, but he couldn't leave Marsha alone. Until one night, he saw it. Under the moonlight, Marsha stood in front of a mirror. Her body trembled. She scratched her own skin, and from the wound, there was no blood, only rotting flesh.
Marsha realized she was no longer human.
The bear entered the room and saw everything. He stepped back in horror. But Marsha smiled. Not the smile of a little girl, but the smile of something that had lost its humanity. The bear entered the room and saw everything. He stepped back in horror. But Marsha smiled. Not the smile of a little girl, but the smile of something that had lost its humanity.
And from that day on, Marsha was never seen in the daylight again. She only appeared at night, creeping, searching for a prey.
But what's even scarier is a theory that suggests Marsha was never just an ordinary child. She was a failed experiment from a secret project in that forest. A project meant to create an immune human. But instead, it created something worse. And you know what's even more terrifying? Watch Marsha and the bear carefully. Sometimes, there are moments where her eyes look too empty, too dark, like she's no longer human.
Maybe she's still out there, waiting for someone to take her place. Don't let her find me, and never play in the forest alone.